16 kills with the captain running away. Of course, I cannot click the other one. There he is. Another 2 corporals and a captain doing a lot of damage. Now he does have the full wall. And then, okay, Cloaked Banshee's an expansion. I was expecting to see the mech follow up, as usually that's what we see from, not really from Terrans, but from this Terran.
I think Cloaked Banshees is a good idea because you know your opponent hasn't expanded. He's likely not going to go to lair at all.
That's true.
He's probably not going to be trying to get upgrades. He wants to get his economy rolling now that he's deflected you.
I think he was threatening to go in with these, but he's like, alright, I need to hold, I need to be prepared for a Baneling bust, and there it is, and he's just going to... Oh, he can pop them, not allowing any of them to build. The most cost...
Cancel
let's look at these. Let's look at the cost efficiency here. Actually, Zerg is doing better than I thought. I didn't actually really factor in how many bunkers were killed. And he did spend money repairing. He's still on...
He lost a few SCVs as well.
Oh, he's getting the Evolution Chamber, preparing for Cloak, but it's going to be that situation again where it's the 2-base Terran versus the kind of 2-base Zerg, and the Zerg can't really die.
I'm surprised oh,
nice.
Expanded.
Interesting scout. As you mentioned it.
There it happened. That reminds me of a game I had once where the factory like that landed up where you had said there. And they're just spitting out like Hellions, and it's like trying to defeat them while you're expanding. It's just pretty annoying.
Yeah, I've seen it actually where 2 are lifted in, and then Cloaked Banshees come in as well. Everything's proxied. I don't remember what map it was on. It was Antigua Shipyard. All right, so Spore Crawler hard countering the floating dart. What an interesting series of games. Now in Engineering Bay, I guess preparing for Mutalisks? I don't really know the thought process. Or maybe he wants to build a planetary fortress over here. Not quite sure. He does have a random tech lab. And the barracks will get away, not burning. Nice to see. Another Spore Crawler coming down, trying to secure his expansion, as he did lose... well, he lost a third, had a double delayed natural from the Cloaked Banshees after the Marauder, or the Reaper opening from game 2-3 or whatever it was from before. Reapers all very damaged. 13,
it's a shame they don't have that heal.
20 kills, man. Ridiculous. But really nice micro, really well done.
Yeah.
Creep spread is actually surprisingly good for the low amount of queens.
Yeah, this is the problem with games where you don't have Hellions. It's really hard to keep that creep spread back. And if you get into the late game, the creep is oh so powerful. Tons of vision, you can move so
he double scanned here for whatever reason. I think he's just a little bit nervous, probably playing very quickly.
Maybe he's BMing, trying to get the solar flare going.
What is the... we're just going to check. Alright, so this is the EAPMs of the players. Yeah, Zerg is actually playing a lot faster. Alright, there we are. Alright, and I think this is his opening. Reapers into Cloaked Banshees into mech. His Banshee micro could use a little bit of work, but he's still in a fantastic position. And again, Zerg Altezza sticking with his plan of getting the Mutalisks.
Loves those Mutalisks, and they worked pretty well for him. I mean, the first series against Penguin, while he did lose, it wasn't like, as I said, a convincing loss.
Yeah, that's very true. I would like to see an armory going down, getting some Thors, getting some turrets. Generally, if Zerg is just doing a 2-base game, you would see those Mutalisks coming about a minute and a half ago, 2 minutes now. But there's the armory. So really understanding when that delayed turret timing is, and he thinks it's now. Maybe this is maybe this is the fastest that Mutalisk could get there, and he wants to be prepared for it. Altezza might be a little bit slow off the gun, or a little bit early. We never know. Zerglings headed out. Zerglings into Hellion Reaper tends to be a very one-sided battle unless it has a surround attached to it. The creep relatively pushed back, but there are still some active tumors alive. Not mining gas from here, but not really a concern, and he has banked 1100 at this point in time.
He's just getting ready to max on Mutas, I believe.
Maxing on Mutas. A glorious build. Re-scouting.
Just finished.
Yep. He's like, is that a Spire? Yeah, it's a Spire.
Yeah, and there's 7 Mutas in production.
Oh, and he takes out the
8
gas.
Mutas in production.
Alright, these 8 Mutalisks, what are they going to be up against? And turrets. Are we going to be seeing some Thors? 1 Thor coming down, 2 Thors. Oh, no.
There, just 1 Thor.
Oh, it's, he has 2 queued up, he's just supply blocked. Alright, there we go. Solving everybody's problems.
Getting that wall up, keep the Zerglings out.
So he does need more spine crawlers to protect his production as well as his natural expand, as there's nothing that shoots up here. So it'll be tight timing, to say the least. But if this one Thor, if Zerg is a little bit too scared to magic box or screws up his micro heavily, then these Thors are going to be able to deal with the Mutalisk extraordinarily easily.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. If the Zerg is on 2 base, they really can't get that many units.
Like, oh, we need to be seeing some repair.
Mass repair. Oh, just in time.
And then as the repairing is done, the Thor comes out protecting the natural, so he's going to be safe.
See him get those add-ons while he's there.
Slightly clumped, but could have been a much worse hit. Finally,
only one volley got off.
Remember that Tech Lab Scout?
Love the Tech Lab Scout.
Not a bad position indeed. Going for the super late game army of Banshee Thor. The first time I ran into Banshee Thor, I was like, why am I not Terran? And then I found Fungal, and I was like, really?
Good old Fungal.
Fungal, feedback, mostly feedback. But let's check the economy. Terran ahead in workers. Oh, even out. But dropping the Mule Hammer, getting a Hydralisk Den. Actually builds extraordinarily quickly with 40 seconds, so it's a really snap response type deal. Looks like the Banshees are going to try and delay the third a little bit more, realizing that they need to go for that guaranteed damage, attacking the drones as they're coming by, and he's just going to be continually fed.
Hey, he's going to cause the cancel on this, or even kill it. Quite a few killed. Oh no, but he doesn't.
Oh, but he does. Does he have cloak? Yeah, he does. He could just cloak right now.
Oh, that's a lot of mutants.
Alright, so we have the cloak. He's going to be getting rid of the scouting tech lab, and there's the slow seer coming by. So relatively safe here. He's got a double spine crawler wall, making sure that there's not a third base coming down. 11 more drones on the way will be giving him the economic advantage, but there are a good number of Thors.
It's a lot of Thors.
The unit's loss is still insane. Probably going to be pushing out with a +2 at 150 supply.
Yep, Blue Flame Hellion.
Blue Flame Hellion Thor.
Oh, no, never mind. There's the Blue Flame. Misread the icon and then it happens. Wow.
No. That was planned. You were like, he's going for Blue Flame. I can sense things.
Got that good game sense.
Getting the Terran building armor, not wanting to lose to the bunker rush. Muta's flying in.
The building armor is nice against Mutalisks as well, because then you don't have to get the repair as quickly, like if your reaction isn't quite as good.
It's actually a decent upgrade. It's good against Banelings, makes your planetary fortresses and command centers stronger against those late game Zergling run-bys. I'm going to be honest with you, I actually have no idea how much it costs. It's probably 100.
Yeah, I don't know either, actually.
It's one of those upgrades where you're like, yeah, I have the money, go. 7 Hydralisk coming down on the way. Hydra Zergling, it's just...
And the infestation pit is also being built.
So he has all the layer tech. So he has mostly all the tools required to deal with the mech army. But this is actually going to be a 126 food push. But I think it will be just going with the 2-2 and the Blue Flame. Yep, they should be finishing relatively similar times.
And there's actually some SCVs coming to repair, and I like this push because
it does have the auto repair on.
Mutas just aren't as great.
That's a massacre. You got blood and guts falling over your army. I think the only way... Okay, here's how Zerg holds this. The Mutalisk guts give concussions to all of the Hellion drivers. That's the only thing I got.
Yeah, as I was going to say, like the Mutalisks are not great in a straight-up fight, so if you can push before he manages to get much of an other army,
yeah,
I think it's a good idea to push now, like 120, 140 supply.
He actually, every production cycle, he jumps about 20 supply. It's actually pretty insane. Alright, he does have the double spine crawler up. He has the base defense that would be required against any sort of harassment army, but this isn't not a harassment army, this is a death army. The third base has been heavily damaged from the Banshees from before. Banshees being parked outside in case anything sneaky happens. Trying to cut off reinforcements, which is a great idea to do because the mech
get a free Thor.
Yep, free Thors are always good Thors, but when you're even on bases against... Actually, he's still behind on bases. He's taken a third. Again, Penguin stepping it up. All of the games he's playing, really. Drones thinking better of going back to the third, not that committed to the hive.
And they come out and see that army like, no.
And when your tournament life is on the line, you're like, I've killed a base, I'm going mech, let's go home.
Yeah, because again, Zergs always want to be a base ahead, now he's a base behind.
It would be nice to see if you could start that +3, 2 more command centers coming down, as well as 2 more factories. Generally, each base you add on as mech, you would add 1 reactor tech lab and one reactor and 1 tech lab factory. And then you're just... he doesn't have siege mode, that's why he went home. All right, that's okay. There we go. I was like, what? Yeah. So 1 reactor, 1 tech lab for each base edit on. He is.
Yeah, I like this siege tank switch because you've shown him, hey, your mutas are not going to do much against.
God just lost another 3 mutalisks.
Yeah, your mutas are not going to do much against me, so I'm going to switch to tanks, and the mutas.
Tanks get rid of the infestors.
Yeah. It's a good transition.
Baneling's prepared for the SCVs that will never come here. Zergling run by does have a fully open wall, so that's not too fantastic. Although the problem is when you're running into what is mostly going to be Hellions, generally speaking. There's the run by. Saw basically.
One escapes, two escape.
They go back home and be like, I kid you not, man, I have seen some stuff. This is cute. It's walling off, not worrying,
I like that,
worrying quite a bit less. I'm going to steal this and put an evolution chamber and a spine crawler here. Or maybe I'm not. Oh, macro hatch right there is glorious.
It's a good idea.
Thank you, TUXPenguin. I might unveto this map. I'm still surprised that we don't have any like sort of tank laddering kind of stuff going on there. But this is a lot of +2 Thors. He is beginning to transition into that Roach army. Hydras actually have extraordinary DPS, so they could deal with that Hellion meat shield, and you do need something to do with these Banshees very effectively. How many infestors does he have?
I think the problem is going to be is the Thors are going to take out those Overseers, and then the Banshees are going to clean up.
Oh, that is very true. I didn't even... I just assumed that he would have vision. Alright. He's spread out too. He's playing this extraordinarily safe. I think, yeah, he's 3 food away from maxing. Probably just, oh, these Reapers, man.
They're still alive.
Alright, he's the hero with 26. We'll have him selected. Unsieged, so it's really not going to matter right now.
Decent fungal there, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, a fungal against a mech army buys you time, but it doesn't actually kill anything. He will buy him enough time that Roach speed is now finished, so he'll be able to close that distance a little bit sooner. Our hero unit now has got 27 kills. Oh, and he's no longer attacking anything. That is a sad day for him. Alright, +2 ship weapons actually going now, so that means these Banshees do have +1 right now, so they're dealing even more damage. 3 more starports coming down, 4 more. Probably going to be seeing...
I hope it's battlecruisers.
I hope it's about 5. Okay, now I think it pretty much has to be Ravens, or Vikings even. You can't really produce out of 5, because that'd be 6, because he already has 1.
Base.
I also don't think it matters.
No, I think this is like there's a lot of Roaches.
That is a lot of Roaches. That's
a lot of
Alright.
Banshees left, although there is no more vision.
He could make this happen. Another thing, he does have +2 though, but +2 those siege tank volleys are just doing way too much damage coming down. And as you said earlier, all of the Overseers were killed.
They do a lot of damage.
That's going to be game. It's 170 food to 56. 4 Thors at a time.
All the workers were killed.
There's the GG. All right, so we're going to be going into game number 3, bringing it down to a best-of-1.
Yeah, exciting.
TUXPenguin has been able, with his Proxy Reaper into 3 factory mech build, win again against Altezza. He's got to be thinking, how can I deal with this build? It does a lot of damage to me. I'm having some trouble dealing with it. Does TUXPenguin go back to the Penguin build? Does he decide to go with this build? This build has a 100% win rate for him today. And
like convincing wins too. They weren't like tight wins. So.
Yeah, it's always like that. Well, it's a max versus 100 food Zerg. What are we seeing? Oh, this is really great. MLG. I typed MLG instead of map. That is fine. Alright guys, we're going to be just finding out what our final map is going to be for our lower bracket finals for you, and then we'll be getting into our grand finals and see which one of these players will be up against.
Maps are
Give
left?
Eggy. What map?
We got Cloud Kingdom, Entomb Valley, Daybreak,
Cloud,
and Tal'Darim
Valley,
and Atika.
There we go.
Oh, and Ohana as well.
Oh, and Ohana. Alright guys, we're just waiting for our final map choice, and that'll be game. Let us see.
Cloud Kingdom? Okay.
Cloud Kingdom? In a chat channel, and then...
I sent them over. Too lazy to type.
their hands are probably waiting for just they need to cool down after doing such blistering APMs.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, we did see they both had like 160 APM. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I know I cannot maintain those high APMs for a very long period of time.
No, it's hard.
All right, but I find a lot of times players, like, I have a friend who's in Diamond, and he has like 400 APM. Just like, what are you doing? All right, getting started for our game number 3. Our countdown has completed. Just waiting for our players to load on Cloud Kingdom.
Oh. All right, here in the north position, we have our blue Zerg, Altezza. And in the south position here, we have our orange Terran, TUXPenguin. And both of them are fighting for the life in the tournament right now.
Yep, this is the elimination round.
Yep, the winner will go on and face the grand finalist, or it's not grand finalist, the winner's final, Eggy, and the loser will be out.
Yep. All right. Now, with Zerg, we know he's going to go for some 2-base muta with some Banelings. Never Hive. Are we going to have... Alright.
Penguin build or other penguin build?
I'm going to say penguin build off the gun because of the no depot at the ramp.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it sucks for Terran that is your giveaway. You're like, well, where should I be putting my depot? Do I put it in between so they don't know which build I'm going?
Proxy depot.
Yeah. Got a proxy depot. Well, in World of Warcraft, they have scouting farms, so I don't know why people don't build, like, scouting engineering base. Especially, like, Protoss, you have that one pylon, you know where his buildings are going to be going.
Yeah, it's true.
You're like, is he going gateway? Yes.
And I love to place pylons just randomly.
Yeah.
Hey, it might come in useful.
Yeah.
And if not, well, it's 100 mineral scout. It's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely, and they last. And always 100 minerals is generally the kind of best case scenario you'd hope for when dealing with the drop, like cost of a zealot.
So we see the gas steal again, but we don't see gas from Penguin yet.
I think he's been discussing things. Oh, might have gone down to put down another barracks. Okay, now this is interesting. He delays everything a little bit, and like he has a lot of money right now. So he either needs to send an SCV to proxy, or he's going for a 1-Rax expansion with no gas, which is definitely the more economic version. So he's
much more standard.
He's actually stepped up his play every game we've seen out of him.
Good.
His improvement.
He's like a robot, just learning.
Yeah. He's like, I did not foresee this.
He's going for the orbital. He's got lots of money.
There's
now we see the hatch.
Oh, he's going to be going for the double gas, or no? He was doing the whole position to block. Yeah, and he's just going to reveal. If you're going to reveal the command center, and actually he doesn't know that his opponent went hatchery first, so you could just put it down to the low ground. It's not really going to be harassed anymore, especially now that this marine is out. Drone could get the gas steal, but it's actually not really that pertinent, just as your opponent doesn't really need gas right now. So let's see. Check back in with our Zerg.
Yeah, it's not the Penguin build or the other Penguin build.
It's, dare I say, standard. Standard. Actually, this is not standard. Standard is...
It's closer, though.
Yeah, it's definitely closer. Normally you build 2 barracks, and then you build your double gas.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be floating a lot of gas right now. Generally, players actually don't use that like surge of gas. That's where they're getting... Like, you need to actually spend this gas. You need to get fast 1-1 and stim. And your add-ons, like just building a factory and then a reactor in your starport, it doesn't spend enough gas this quickly. And you're very vulnerable to any sort of early attack, but generally that metagame style allows for Terran to be greedy in this way. And he will probably get away with it.
Interesting placement of the...
Unless he goes for Cloak Banshees. Cloak Banshees.
I wonder if that is the plan. It would be a good idea. He's... not going to expect those Banshees to come in with standard play.
That's true.
He's got the gas, double gas early. I shouldn't say he. I shouldn't say any names. Altezza won't be expecting this because of the standard play.
And it is also nice to see that after generally you have 16 as your max is 1 over, that's totally fine, and then he re-rallies the hatchery down to the expansion. Because when you transfer your workers over, while it does kind of balance out and you get a little bit more money faster, there's... Oh, he's doing it really early. Taking a triple gas at 36. That's really, like, if I were a Terran player playing against Altezza, I would absolutely, every game, 2 racks. His build is extraordinarily greedy. Tries to get very fast Mutalists out on these 2 bases. Has done so every game. And you can't have that level of predictability in a tournament where you're always playing these best-of series. Maybe that's fine in a single elimination type deal.
It worked great on the ladder.
Yeah, on the ladder, unless, actually, I've reached, when you get to those higher levels, you end up playing the same people again and again, and they're like, hey, buddy, how's it going? Makes it for a lot more BM a lot of the times.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Alright, so we are going to be seeing the Cloak Banshees coming out, and then maybe some Marauders. And this might be... Okay, Marauder Alien Banshee would be intense.
Kind of a weird version of the 1-1-1.
Yeah. Versus Zerg 1-1-1. Good bunker positioning. You just can put 2 depots there, and then you're more... you're safer against any sort of banelings or Zergling run by. His Engineering Bay coming down now as well as 2 more... 2 more barracks. So he will be in a position to put on a lot of pressure. No 3rd command center coming out from him.
You have the banelings coming down. The Zergling speed is half finished.
Yep. Start, and then you're like, well, as Zerg, when do I want to start building my units? Well, saturate yourself on 2 bases, and then start building units. It's a really simple timing. It works great a lot of the time. The only difficulty that comes with it, these Zerglings are going to get somewhat of a scout. I'm not sure. I don't think they saw the Banshee, but maybe this Overlord did. Oh, it certainly will now as the Overlord's... Oh, no. Just doing a little bit of a ring around the rosy.
He's juking.
Yep. Decent creep fit coming by as well as the 3rd base for our Zerg. Speed is finishing up along with our lair. Double evolution chamber coming down. Where is it? Alright. Kind of an interesting position. But he'll have all the tools he needs to deal with the Cloak and the Banshee.
I actually don't like that positioning because a drop could drop in there and it's kind of defended.
Yeah.
Not many lings are going to get in there.
Oh, that's brutal positioning.
No Scroll Crawler at all.
The evolution chambers have not finished. Now they've popped, but
he's going to do a lot of damage. He needs to pull all those.
Yep. You could pull them to his main, pull them to his 3rd base. Just as long as they're not sitting is really what you're looking for. For a Banshee to be effective, it does need 6 kills, which is exactly what it has. Any more now is just advantageous and, you know, puts you in the green in your books. Oh, double shotting. 2 more workers killed. 3 more.
Lings aren't going to do much.
That's the problem. You're like, oh, I need to attack, and then you just move your units back. Does need to run away with this Banshee now, getting 11 kills. Fantastic. Main is still relatively untouched. Does need to replace the drones for the buildings that he's been spending. Another Banshee going to be coming back around. Maybe Zerg is going for some sort of counterattack play, but the wall will be up in time, and that is a good amount.
And Stim is about to finish. +1's about to finish.
Siege tanks are going to be here.
Oh, he's getting some free ling kills with that Banshee.
Yeah, not the best kills you could ever hope for, but kills are kills. So it's going to come down to this whole depot just finishes. There is a tiny gap. Now, sometimes it's okay to leave it like the smallest of small gaps because your opponent will be like, yo, I can get in, and then he just burns a whole lot of units trying to do so. Banshee's still trying to delay this 3rd. Nice doing some scoot and shoot micro, trying to get over to the far side of the creep.
And they're actually going to cause that to go down, actually.
Guess who's playing?
Finished one. Oh. 22 banelings, actually.
And there's the scan. Alright.
I can't believe his game sense.
Getting a faster siege mode right now. Or a siege mode finishing up. How many tanks does he have? Let's check the units. To have none. Alright.
And actually,
the Banshees were able to take down the 3rd base as well.
He's not building engineering bays, just going with the depots there.
I don't think he has enough space.
No, yeah, he doesn't.
Alright. He has the siege up. Bunch of banelings going to be burned. Much better stim, or much better spread here.
He can land one of those banelings on those Marines. It's going to be great, and he does.
Lands a ton of them, but nice pullback. He is able to defend much better this game.
He supply blocks Penguin by a lot.
Yeah, those were all depots. That's going to be brutal. But game number 1, he died to that push. Game number 2, he's ticking up the 3rd base. Let's see, how are our Banshees doing? Our Banshees are alive. They probably came back home to deal with the push. 18 kills.
My God.
Definitely the older brother / thief of the Banshees. Let's check out our workers tab. Terran is actually ahead, which is a scary scenario. Finally, on supply block
that 3rd base. It gives him quite the advantage.
And he's going back to repressure that 3rd base that has yet to have been rebuilt. He has the money. I don't know what he's waiting for. Production tab really says it all. Nothing One hatchery, a couple creep tumors versus a line.
Just getting flustered, I guess. I mean, your life of the tournament's here. You're not doing so great.
You're getting walled in.
Look at that wall.
So you can just see it on the mini map. There's just like a line of like Gandalf would be proud of. So he could actually sneak into the main. Now, while there is a queen and an overseer, he will be able to get a lot of kills off. But again, at the same time, maybe he's saying to himself, I want to keep my threat of my Banshees alive, and that's more his style that we've seen with his drops. We see that he's really a fan of saying, well, I might not do a lot of damage with my drop, but every damage I do get is free damage, so that is great for him.
Yeah, and a lot of it is mind games. I mean, if you can keep him afraid, like, keep him in his base. He has those lings there, but mostly he's not active on the field.
Yep, creep spread is more or less stopped. Banshees are now coming in. Cloak and Scan just taking out a ton of creep. Oh, that is really heartbreaking. Oh, this is nice. Pulls the queens to the third and then decides to go into this main. There is a spore crawler. Does need to micro this a little bit better.
Yeah, he doesn't need to take out that extractor.
I would actually just classify this as a real blunder, especially if you have the APM to go back and scan. Why are you taking out an extractor?
Yeah.
And actually, we see infestors coming down, well timed with the pathogen glands.
Burrow as well. I love those burrowed infestors.
Burrow is actually one of those pivotal but mostly overlooked upgrades from Zerg. We do have a third command center, not quite being utilized yet. Now we're going to have that push out and then the expansion. So it will be close, but with a 40 food advantage, I do think that TUXPenguin will be able to get it back into the winner's bracket, or into the grand finals through that loser bracket.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, does need to relift this wall, as that is a fairly... Oh, and the counterattack comes back as soon as he sees what's going down. This Overlord has taken a beating, but has decided he is not ready to die. Banshee with 10 kills still hanging out. I assume that his buddy has been killed. It has. It's alright. He's going to be taking down another extractor.
Loves those extractors.
Oh, the one interesting decision to... Oh, that's a lot of wasted energy. Just the one fungal would have killed it.
Yeah.
But push coming along.
Push is coming.
The northern corridor. 38 Zerglings on the way.
Upgrade is about to finish right with this push.
Nice little
well timed.
Alright, so we do have a lot of banelings, do have a lot of fungal. Wastes a lot of energy for those guaranteed kills. 54 more Zerglings. Now he's doing the pre-spreading. And then
extractor.
Now he needs to run back right now. Okay, this is getting... Alright, this is going to be... I do appreciate the patience of Altezza for this push, because especially you're getting nervous now. He takes out another group. Now he sees where the final push is coming, but he runs back. Glorious fungal on there, but I just don't think it's going to be enough damage. These infested Terrans are going to die pretty much as they pop. Saves the tank with 12 kills and 8 hit points. Coming down to the third base, all of these Marines extraordinarily low on health. The medevacs will be doing their due diligence and healing them up. Tank goes down to the Broodlings as... Oh, no. Thought this Marine was going to go down. Lifting him up, probably going to be going into the main. Needs to be actually lifting these siege tanks there slightly, well, by slightly, I mean extraordinarily more valuable. Drop coming down, as well as an additional, like a new third base for Zerg.
And behind all this, Terran has gotten his third base up and running.
Yep.
It looks pretty saturated.
Nice. How is his money doing? It's fairly high, but he has done a lot of damage. After every... Oh, and that's nice. Saves the units there.
He's good at that.
Up to 30 workers. Units lost. He's been far more cost efficient, which is everything he's supposed to be doing. Nice that he actually has a much smaller wall now. Good reinforcement. 5 tanks in his main with, 7 tanks. He could just do a re-push and he'd be absolutely fine. He's up 60 food. He's getting ghosts. I think he knows that this is game 1. I think he knows that he's going to win, and he might be going for some humiliation nukes.
I do love nukes.
I do love nukes, but I really hate seeing players throw games away.
Yeah, it's true. You don't want to risk it just to be showboating.
Yeah, exactly. Especially not in the loser bracket finals. Maybe in the winners bracket finals where you're like, alright, man. Alright, Altezza doing his standard. I'm going to just block you out.
No nuke being built yet. We do have 32 banelings in production.
Might be having the Mobius reactor, trying to use both tanks and ghosts. Oh, this is not going to go well. It's still not blocked off, but those siege tanks are in a great position. Might be trying to break in through the back. Oh, does he have SCV pull? Oh, but he does get the command center. Altezza is great at doing that. So, alright, Altezza does have his third base back up, and he has knocked his Terran opponent back down to 2. But he's got another command center ready and waiting, and another command center after that for when you blow this one up.
Like, I'll make my 4th. Oh, no, it could be my 3rd.
Lot of tanks, a lot of Marines. Not a lot going on here. Okay, the Marines have come over. They're like, okay, where is this base coming? Cancelled out here. Does have
4 more racks and 2 Starcraft ports being built.
Alright, these Marines are actually
dead.
Oh, but I think he did focus down 2 of the 2 infestors, so that's going to be absolutely fantastic for him. 2-2 coming down for our Terran player. 1-1 still for the Zerg. So for the time being, they are even upgrades, and another double drop headed up.
And that is the second Ghost Academy building?
First one got blown up.
Oh, blown up, okay. Missed that.
Waiting for the Banes. Oh, alright, he's going to just follow that drop. But that is a decoy drop, a dummy drop.
This looks like a third one actually as well.
Oh, very nice play.
I love these multi-pronged drops.
See, you just queue them up from home, and then they land when they land. And you're like, your units are attacked. You're like, oh god, stim. It's fine. Alright, so where's...
It can really tax the opponent's APM, so if you...
Alright, so he's pulled his workers here, and even if not, that's lost mining time right now.
Yeah.
So while this drop is going on, he's dropping here. I don't know what happened to that other drop. Maybe it got taken out already.
And if they're defending you, they're not attacking you.
That is actually a really good point. Alright, so this base, is it known of? That'll be a great question. It is. Alright, so maybe he's just thinking, well, 3 base to 3 base, I'm still totally fine. That is a lot of SCVs mining, about 2 bases worth. So he floats this command center over to his 4th base, sieges up his tanks, makes another depot wall. We'll be totally safe, but this could still be the death push with 180 food versus 130. Tanks already sieged up. Zerglings on the move command, going to be headed through. Alright, this base is absolutely crucial to the survivability of Zerg in this final match. He is sieged up on the high ground, just sending a task force forward. We'll be just focusing the hatchery down, evacuating all the drones, cancelling his flank crawlers.
Just going to take it.
Very nice to see. Alrighty.
Altezza's really hurting now.
Yeah, it's definitely. He's always a 3-base Zerg, but it's just never at the right time.
And he luckily got all those drones back, so his 3rd base is now saturated.
But it's 94 workers for Terran, still only mining 100 minerals a minute.
74, that's actually a bit too high.
That's way too high. I think he should grab like 30 and just decide to book. And even if every worker goes down to just Banelings, that's Banelings, his army now no longer has to fight. Trying to take a 4th base, but that's exactly where TUXPenguin is going to be headed right now. Creep's bed has been completely stifled by all those little Marine pokes. Alright, so it's 1-1 versus 2-2. 2-2 is actually about to finish, so if he can buy a little bit of time with these fungals, he's going to be in a better position. Nice splitting finally coming down out of TUXPenguin. Cancelled. Alright, so Altezza's definitely in a terrible, terrible position, but he's not yet dead.
Yeah, he's going to need a miracle, though, I think.
Alright. Here's what you do. You get your opponent to nuke your army. Pull your army back. Have him run his army underneath his nuke, and then he wins. Problem solved. That's all he needs to have happen.
Trick him by unsieging your tank so it looks like you're vulnerable.
Could you neural parasite his ghost and use the nuke?
No idea.
Oh, that'll be one of those. I will be checking that later tonight. Alright, so we have the 3 armory build coming down right now.
That's gotta be a mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
You must not realize you already...
And okay, going up for a total of 4, maybe wanting to get all 4 upgrades simultaneously. Really confident in the fact that he's ahead, but it is still 200 food versus 180. We're going to have a counterattack here, but there are a lot of Marines and still some siege tanks in position. And killing these workers would actually help TUXPenguin just have a larger army right now.
That is actually all his workers, though.
Nope.
Oh, no.
They
weren't mining, so I couldn't see.
You missed the 27 he had chilling. That's the problem. You're like, okay, that looks like a ton of workers. Wait, there are way more than that. Finally now realizing it. Alright, and here comes more of the Bane Pain coming down. Alright, and look, he's like, am I going to take a 4th? Nope.
Let's go back and take my 3rd again.
Yep, enough for distance mining. He is still fine. This army does need to be a lot more active, and there's still another 13 workers over here just hanging out, having a good time. More roaches, but with roaches without that plus attack upgrade against +2 upgraded siege tanks, and about to be 3-2 stimmed Marines. Bungling the workers is not going to do enough damage. Caught on a corner, the siege tanks are going to be tearing apart his army, and that's going to be GG, unless, again, there needs... Oh, I thought if these were Brood Lords, maybe.
See, that's a great time to attack, because, you know, those Banelings just burst in my base. Now he has to remax. He doesn't have them in his army at this moment, so I'm going to poke, and hopefully I can fight his army, then fight the remax.
Yep. taken out the third base again, but as always, back up to 3 bases, just kind of playing hopscotch with where the army versus where the expansion is. It's units lost.
Ooh, 10,000 difference, wow.
Twice as cost effective. Coming. Alright, so, oh my god, that scan wasn't even looking for the infestors, just trying to see where the army was. That's got to be a heartbreaking loss. Yep. Alright. Alright, so he's mined out. Little hit squad over here trying to take out the base. And he's not going to get it. Just, those banelings were very clutch, but he's finally taking a 5th base right now.
It's his last base with minerals, so he needs to keep that up.
Oh, he didn't retake this base. He's just deciding to distance mine from the planetary fortress that he's building over here. Interesting decision making, but you know, in the heat of the moment, you're just like, whatever, command center, do it. He's got another PF over here. He's going to be getting some ravens. He already started with the upgrades. All right, running forward, taking out anything that he can.
Every little bit helps.
It's true. Zergs, just the splash damage from the roaches is killing all the infestors underneath, so it's kind of really defeats the purpose of having them burrowed. It's a lot of drones mining. The income tab should probably be really one-sided. Actually, it's a lot closer than I would imagine.
He's managed to keep most of those workers alive, even though he keeps losing expansions.
Yep. All right.
That's what's keeping him in this game.
Yeah, the too many working for an opponent. Nice siege volleys there, getting Terran to kill his own tanks.
Beautiful scan though, gets all the infestors.
Now he's only up 100 supply.
Probably not enough roaches to clean that up.
And there's the final GG, and that's the end for Altezza. Alright, TUXPenguin gonna have a rematch against Give Eggy in our grand finals for the ESC qualifiers. Just